Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm Stephen with Purpose Lens Photo and Media, back again with another video. And today we're talking about the 5 ways guaranteed to make your videography better, and it doesn't cost you anything. So if this has been beneficial to you, these videos that we've been putting out, be sure to like it, share, subscribe. It means a lot, and it helps me to know that I'm helping you guys. So let's get right into it. Number 1, the first thing we want to talk about is stop looking for the best camera. Listen, I understand there are a lot of cameras out there. You got Canon, Fuji, Sony, Blackmagic, Zcam, and the list goes on and on and on. But honestly, there's never going to be the best camera. And I know we've heard this over and over and over, but I like to say this. If Quentin Tarantino gave you all of the gear that he used in his films, do you think that you could shoot a film as good as him or better than him? I'm gonna say no, you can't. Why? Because there's more to it than just your gear. There's the storyline, there's the way to shoot it, there's the different angles, and there's the color, and there's all these different factors that go into it. And these people have teams. There's teams of people that work on these things. So just having a camera alone is not going to make you a better person. So if you get that in your mind and you understand that, then I believe and I can guarantee you that you're going to be a lot better. So moving on to number 2, find your lane. What do I mean by that? Well, we live in a world of social media, which is a great thing. It allows us to connect with people, and we can send DMs to certain people, and we see certain YouTubers who have millions of followers, and those things are great because we love being entertained by them and we love getting information from them. But what can happen sometimes is we can become envious of those people, and then we can sometimes forget what we're good at, and we start to try to emulate or be somebody else. We start to copy their styles, we start to copy their music, copy their B-roll, and then we don't end up being true to ourselves, and we end up not liking what we're doing because we're not being us. So staying in your lane is one of the ways to get better, is to hone in on what you love and what you like and just get better at it because you're doing it so much. Now, this leads us into point 3, which is practice. Listen, we've heard this over and over that practice makes perfect. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I can't tell you if practice makes perfect, but what I can tell you is that the more you practice, the better you will become. This is just fact. It's the way we are as humans. The more accustomed we become to something, the easier it is for us to do. And it's the same with videography and photography. The more you take your camera with you and just shoot, experiment with your shutter speed, the ISO, your f-stop, just get to know your camera and just practice, the better you're going to become at it, to where you don't even have to look at the dials when you're taking photos. You can shoot in manual mode in any situation and be able to just knock out good pictures, and when you bring them home, they're all good. Maybe you have a few in there that aren't, but the more you practice, the better you're going to get. I guarantee you that this will work for you. All right, so moving on to point 4 is be patient. Now, we've talked about these things so far, and again, we live in a world of social media where we hit a button, we want our internet to come up quick, we want our phones to swipe quickly, we want our food to be delivered quickly, we want everything as fast as possible, and there's nothing wrong with that because it can make life easier for us when things are faster. But in the world of videography and photography, we have to slow down and realize that it takes time to get good at something. Now, there are some people who can pick something up and be good right away, but most of us, it's going to take some time for us to get better. So we need to settle in our minds that it's going to take us time to get to where we want to be. If I look at pictures that I took from about 3 or 4 years ago, I can see a huge difference, and that's just because I've put more time into shooting and I've had more experience, and that took time. I can't shoot weddings, I can't shoot events in one day. And that takes time to shoot all those events. And each event and each wedding I shot, I got better and better and better. So you have to remember to include patience in your workflow, and I guarantee you, you will become better. Now, the last point is to learn. Now, I know this sounds obvious. It sounds like it doesn't make any sense, but learning is the fundamental key that makes all of this work. And not just learning, but the willingness to learn is what I'm talking about. You have to be open to receive new information. It's not good enough to just get online, watch a couple YouTubers, even like myself. I try to give you information, but you have to go on your own and you have to go out and seek information. You need to understand focal lengths. You need to understand different lenses. You need to understand how the actual sensor on your camera captures lights. You need to understand photo sites. These big words that you don't like sometimes, if you go after those things and you learn those things, is going to make you a better photographer and a better videographer, because you're going to understand what you're doing. It's not just pushing the right buttons. I'm in so many groups where people ask questions like, well, what's the best setting if I want to take portraits? There is no best setting. Get to know your camera. Get to know how to take photos. Get to know lighting. Don't just shoot in the sun because you're scared of flash. Learn flash. Read about flash. Learn about recycle times. Learn about high-speed sync. There's a lot to be learned. But if you have this mindset that you want to learn and that you want to soak up as much as possible, you will get better. And lastly, the last thing I want to say about learning is realize that there's always going to be somebody that is better than you. Someone is always going to have more information than you. Somebody's going to be more experienced than you. But don't take that as don't look at yourself as you're not as smart. Take that time to learn from them. Take that time to get as much information as you can. So that completes the list of 5 ways to get better at your videography for free. Now, if this has been helpful to you, feel free, and I encourage you to subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more videos like this teaching you how to get better. And I know we just scratched the surface here, but I just wanted to keep it short and brief and let you guys just see what we have to offer. But anyway, continue to watch. Thank you for spending your time here on YouTube. I appreciate it. And I'll holler at you. I'm out. Peace.